Hey guys, we're going to talk about how you get slope-intercept form from tables. Okay, and if you look right at the top here, we have this three-step process, right? So we find the slope, guys. We've already done that from tables. Change in y divided by change in x. So that's not new. Okay, finding the y-intercept, this might be a little bit new. Okay, first we're going to see if it's a math gift. Is it given to us? Okay, so y-intercept, we're looking for x is 0. That will give us our y-intercept, whatever that y value is. Okay, so if it's given, woohoo. If not, oh, we got some work to do. And we're going to use the slope to actually help us figure this out. Okay, because once we have the slope and the intercept, we have our equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. M is slope, b is the intercept. Not a super creative name. Slope-intercept form. It gives you the slope and the intercept. All right, so here is how it goes. So following our steps, first thing I want is my slope, because slope is going to help me a lot. So slope is change in y. So we're going to find those changes. So I have 13 to 8. That's plus 5. I have, oh, that's not plus 5. That's a minus 5. Let me fix that. Let me think about my math here. Okay, 8 to 3, that's minus 5. 3 to negative 12, so I have to go down 3 and then down 12 more. That's negative 15. Don't freak out that it's different, right? We know it's okay if it's different as long as it reduces the same, okay? Negative 6 to negative 3. I went from negative to more positive, so I'm adding 3 because negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. Negative 3 to 0, I have to add 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. And then 0 to 9, 0 plus 9 gets me to 9. All right, so slope is change in y divided by change in x. So it's going to be negative 5 divided by 3. Okay, I use my Desmos and I see, oh, that can't reduce, okay? But we have this pair right here, this negative 15 and 9. That's a little different. So I just want to verify that this is actually linear, that the slopes are the same. So I have negative 15 over 9. And when I simplify that, both of those can be divided by 3. That's negative 5 over 3. Yay! My slope is negative 5 divided by 3. Okay, so you could use Desmos right there if you're uncomfortable with simplifying your fractions. That's okay. All right, so slope. That's the first thing you want to find because it's going to help you out here. Okay, next we want to find the y-intercept. Okay, that's where on a graph where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, so we're looking for where 0 is x, and then what's the y coordinate. So we look at these x values right here, and we're looking at there's 0. If there's 0, woohoo! And look, guys, there is. This is celebration. That point right there, right? That is the y-intercept. Where x is 0, that number right there is the y-intercept, okay? All right, so once I have those two pieces, I love when it's gifted to me. I can write my equation, y equals, y and x always say, y equals, I insert the slope, negative 5 over 3 times x, and then I add those y-intercepts, so plus 3. There's my equation, okay? So when it's gifted, woo, that's a beautiful thing, but guys, it's not always given to us, and we got to do a little bit more math, which is fine, okay? All right, so let's look at this process. First, find your slope, change in y divided by change in x. So I went negative 14 to positive 2, so I went up 14 and 2 more, so that's plus 16. 2 to 10, 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 to 22, 10 plus 12 gets me to 22. Find the change in x. Negative 1 to 3, so I went up 1 and then 3 more, so that's plus 4. 3 to 5, 3 plus 2 is 5. and 5 to 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, so we don't freak out that they're different. Remember, we take it group by group to see what's going on. Do they reduce the same? Okay, so change in y divided by change in x. Change in y divided by change in x. Don't flip numbers. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. Okay, let's try the next one. Change in y divided by change in x. 8 divided by 2. Hey, that equals 4. Looks good, looks good. All right, change in y divided by change in x. 12 divided by 3. Hey, that also equals 4. They're all the same. We are linear. Our slope is 4. Okay, then I go look at my x values for 0. Is it there? Oh no, it's not, Miss Valente. No, what do we do? Okay, this is what we do. We are going to use the equation y equals mx plus b to help us figure this out. And so this is where those directions that we looked at says multiply the slope times an x value and then see what you have to add or subtract to get to the corresponding y value. Right? That's a whole lot of words and you're like, oh, don't be scared. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to rewrite my table just a little bit more spread out here. I'm going to put my y all the way over here. Okay, so my x, let's take -1. Okay, my equation says y equals the slope. I know the slope is 4. Okay, slope times x. So if I do the slope times x, I'm at -4. Okay, my y value is supposed to be -14. When x is -1, y is supposed to be -14. Right now I'm at -4. That's not -14. So now I'm seeing, what do I add to get to -14? I'm at -4. I have to go more negative. I have to do plus -10 will get me to -14. Okay, so that is what you're asking yourself. So this -10 is your y-intercept. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Look, I can do it again. Watch. Okay, let's take another x coordinate. So I have 3. Okay, I want to get to 2 as the matching value here, right? This ordered pair is 3, 2. Okay, so here's what my equation says. If I multiply x times 4, I get 12. So 3 times 4, that's the mx part. Okay, but 12 isn't 2. So I have to subtract 10. Now that gets me to the 2. This 10, -10, that's your y-intercept. Okay, and rewind this, pause it, let it soak in a little bit what we just did there. Once you have slope and the y-intercept, you can write your equation. Y equals slope, so it's 4 times x plus the y-intercept, so -10. Okay, let's try one more time. I know, guys, I know it's a lot to take in. Your brains are like, whoa. Here we go. First, find your slope. Change in y divided by change in x. So I'm at 19 to -2. I go down 19 and then 2 more. That's going to be -21. -2 to -9, going more negative by 7. -9 to -16, going down by -7. Okay, change in x. -8 all the way to +4. So I have to climb 8 and then climb 4 more. That's going to be +12. 4 to 8, 4 plus 4 gets me 8. And then 8 plus 4 gets me to 12. Okay, remember, we don't freak out that our rates are different. We see if they equal the same. So change in y divided by change in x is negative 21 divided by 12, because that's what's across from it. You can type this into Desmos, see what it reduces to. These both divide by 3, so it gets you to negative 7 fourths. Okay, let's test the other ones, because the other two are the same. Negative 7 divided by 4. Oh, hey, look at that. Those are the same. So my slope is negative 7 over 4. Okay, stay with me. Here we go. Y-intercept time. First, check the x column for 0. I don't see any zeros. Okay, so we're going to use y equals mx plus b. We're going to do this process. Remember, we found our slope is m, right? Okay, so let's create our big spaced out process here. Let's choose a point, okay? Any point you want to start with. If I start with negative 8, the y value is supposed to be 19. Okay, slope times x. So I'm going to take slope, negative 7 fourths, times x. Use Desmos right here, guys. Okay, I know that negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2 times negative 7. That's going to get me to positive 14. Okay, but I need to get to 19. I'm at 14. So now I'm looking for what is my additional amount? Well, 14 plus 5 gets me to 19. That should be my y-intercept. What do I have to add to finish getting to that y value? Okay, let's try it again. Let's use the x value of 4. The other matching pair should be negative 2. Okay, I'm going to multiply by the slope. So negative 7 fourths. Use Desmos. 4 divided by 4 is 1 times negative 7. That's negative 7. But I want to be at negative 2. Okay, so negative 7 plus what gets me to negative 2? Well, negative 7 plus 5 gets me to negative 2. It's the same thing, so I know that's my y-intercept. Okay, once I'm here, triumphant equation writing. Y equals slope is negative 7 over 4 times x, and then my y-intercept is positive 5. Okay, watch this a few times, let it sink in, catch the process. Slope times x plus something equals the y coordinate. Okay, so we're using those points. We use the 8 and the 19, negative 8 and 19, 4 and negative 2. We could do it with 8 and negative 9, 12 and negative 16. Okay, you'll see that the additional amount is plus 5 every time. Let's see what you can do.